Hey, this is Tim Miller with the Bulwark. It is Thursday night, and the Republicans still can't pick a freaking speaker. Not only that, these members of the House are at each other's throats. They're having a slap fight over there. It's like the high school playground after a rowdy day of class. Check this out. We've got first Nancy Mace of South Carolina versus Greg Murphy of North Carolina. Nancy Mace had sent out an X, that's what we're calling them now, that said, "We should not go home until we have a speaker." That could be a while. Murphy replied, "How about apologizing for causing this mess?" Murphy's representing the Republicans who are pissed off at the 8 Republicans who voted to get rid of Kevin McCarthy that created the most recent chaos. But it's Nancy Mace's reply to that that's the most interesting. She replies, "For context, I tried to reply to Representative Murphy, but he blocked me after posting this. What a pussy emoji." Woo! It is getting hot over there with these grown men and women. What a pussy. That's one way to do it. Blocking people on X, blocking colleagues on X. I've got some colleagues that annoy me from time to time, but it'd be a little bit weird if I went ahead and blocked them on social media. So we're not doing that. We're engaging. We're communicating like adults. That's not how it's happening in the House conference. Nancy wasn't done, though. She did another post that says, that has a screenshot of Greg Murphy blocking her with, "This is exactly what's wrong with this place. Too many men here with no balls." And she's pinned that. She's pinned that tweet. So she's really going for it here. Her own colleague from North Carolina, he is a pussy with no balls. In reply, that gentleman has blocked her. And we're just getting started. Earlier in the day, there was Mike Bost of Illinois with Matt Gaetz, who was the person that spearheaded the original motion to vacate McCarthy. In that private meeting, reports show that Mike Bost began screaming at Matt Gaetz and lunging at him even. And there was some concern there was going to be an actual physical altercation between these two. In the gaggle afterwards, Matt Gaetz says that he's not for everybody. And it even makes a joke about Boss maybe being the drunk uncle at a Thanksgiving dinner. So the tempers have flared would be an understatement here. This is a serious time. Across from all this, at this very same time that Nancy Mace is calling her colleague a pussy, and that Matt Gaetz and Mike Bost are almost throwing hands. President Biden is giving a speech in the Oval to the nation about the crises that we face, the dual international crises of Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the Hamas terrorist attack in Israel, and he has proposed a new funding bill, a new supplemental funding bill that would pay for supporting Israel, supporting Ukraine, as long as some other things, including some things Republicans might like funding, additional funding to secure the border. He said he's sending that to Congress tomorrow for their approval, knowing full well that Congress can't do anything because these guys don't have a speaker. And so, that while they have these serious international crises facing them, and ostensibly there'd be some benefit to moving quickly on that and to actually showing our allies that we are going to support them, the House Republicans are not acting with the same seriousness and alacrity as President Biden, but instead are name-calling, blocking each other on Twitter, and getting into little slap fights in their little House meeting. So interesting crew they got over there. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Doesn't seem to me like there's any light at the end of the tunnel, but they intend to have another vote on Friday morning. Jim Jordan's going to have a press conference, and Jim Jordan is going back at it. "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" He's trying to get the 217 votes. He is 18 away from that right now, so a rather long way away, but he's going to take another swing at it tomorrow. In the meantime, we will be monitoring the social media feeds of the children in the Republican House Conference to see if there's any more name calling.